I kid you not. The moment I walked in there, I saw his face. I saw how old he was. I saw time. I said, something said, be quiet. I was quiet. I let this man talk for 2 hours. 2 hours he needed to get out everything that he needed to get out.
The theory that Jay-Z might actually be Kelly Rowland's son's real father is once again dominating online conversations and fan speculation. While Kelly has never publicly made any sensational claims herself, her recent comments, and perhaps more tellingly, the things she chose not to say, have reignited the controversy and pushed the discussion back into the spotlight. If the rumor had no foundation at all, many argue it would have vanished by now. Yet every time Kelly and Jay-Z are photographed together or whenever her son Titan's name is mentioned, the comparisons come flooding back. Fans begin lining up old photos side by side, rewatching interviews, and analyzing every glance and smile like seasoned investigators trying to solve a hidden mystery buried beneath celebrity appearances. The claims fueling the fire focus on physical similarities. Observers insist that Titan shares striking features with Jay-Z: the nose shape, the familiar smile, even the confident mannerisms that resemble Jay's signature presence. Some go so far as to claim he bears more resemblance to Jay-Z than the rapper's own children. While fan speculation can often exaggerate minor details, this particular theory has taken on a life of its own over the years, evolving into one of the most persistent narratives in celebrity gossip. And now, after Kelly finally decided to address the conversation, if only indirectly, y'all, speculation has only intensified. During a reflective interview, she spoke about how her life has been re-enriching her, referencing pivotal life events such as marriage, motherhood, and the profound impact of losing her mother. The vague yet emotional statement added a new layer to the mystery, making many believe there's more to this story than the public has been told. The subtlety of her words and the timing of her comments have left fans with more questions than answers, ensuring that the theory won't be fading away anytime soon. Kelly Rowland recently opened up about wanting to share more of her truth, emphasizing honesty and vulnerability in a way that added fuel to an already controversial theory. But to understand why speculation around Jay-Z, Kelly, and her son Titan grew into such a massive story, it's essential to go back to the beginning, to the roots of Kelly's bond with the Knowles family, a connection far deeper than a typical music industry friendship. Kelly was born in Atlanta, but her life took a dramatic turn when her mother decided to relocate to Houston during her childhood. That move changed everything. It was in Houston that Kelly met Beyoncé, and the connection between them was instantaneous. What started as a friendship quickly became something much stronger, a sister-like bond that would shape both of their lives and careers in profound ways. The relationship went beyond just friendship or collaboration. Kelly didn't just spend time with Beyoncé, she lived with the Knowles family. Tina Knowles, Beyoncé's mother, welcomed her into their home and into their lives, treating her not as a guest, but as another daughter. Tina even stated publicly that she raised Kelly as one of her own children, a testament to the depth of their relationship and the trust that defined it. This wasn't a superficial connection. Kelly was fully embedded in the family's day-to-day life. She was present for rehearsals, recording sessions, vacations, and countless family dinners. She wasn't just a friend watching Beyoncé's rise to superstardom. She was a part of it, standing right beside her as they both navigated the demanding path to success.
Life is enriching me. You know what I mean? Like through different things, through marriage, through having my son 1 week and losing my mom the next week. So it's just like, it's so many different things that have shaped me, and I'm just going through it, and I can't just keep that kind of stuff to myself. I feel like it's worth sharing, and I want to share it, and I want to be honest, and you know what I mean?
Kelly had been singing since she was young, but it was within this environment that her talent truly flourished. By the time she joined the early lineup of Destiny's Child, then known as Girls' Tyme, she was already on a clear path toward the spotlight. That foundation of closeness, trust, and shared history explains why rumors involving Kelly and the Knowles family carry so much weight. It wasn't just proximity, it was family-level intimacy, and it's precisely that closeness, the blurred lines between family, friendship, and business, that would later make whispers about her personal life, and particularly her connection to Jay-Z, so explosive when they first surfaced. Kelly Rowland's journey to stardom didn't happen overnight. Even before Destiny's Child became a household name, she was already performing on some of the biggest stages available to young talent, including an early appearance on Star Search. Although the group didn't win and was eventually dropped, the setback didn't stop them. They regrouped, refined their sound, and set their sights even higher. The turning point came when Matthew Knowles, Beyoncé's father, took over management duties. His guidance transformed their trajectory. Soon after, they signed a record deal, dropped their first singles, and then came the breakout hit that changed everything. No, No, No. The song's success sent Destiny's Child straight into the stratosphere. They were suddenly everywhere, topping Billboard charts, dominating award shows, walking red carpets, and starring in commercials. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, the group was a global force, shaping the sound and image of a generation. But even with all that success, one thing was impossible to ignore. Beyoncé was always positioned as the focal point. The media spotlight consistently followed her. The label's promotional push leaned heavily in her direction, and audiences quickly picked up on the hierarchy.
Kelly wasn't overlooked, far from it, but the narrative often framed her as the second in command, the supporting star rather than the headline act. That dynamic had a deep emotional impact. Kelly later opened up about it in her powerful and vulnerable track, Dirty Laundry, revealing that she felt overshadowed by her best friend and even struggled with jealousy. That kind of internal conflict is no small thing, especially when it's tied to someone who feels like family. Living in someone else's spotlight, no matter how close you are, can strain bonds, blur boundaries, and quietly reshape relationships. And this is where the Jay-Z rumor starts to carry a deeper weight. When you consider how deeply intertwined Kelly's life became with the Knowles family, from living in their home to building her career alongside them, the speculation doesn't sound like just another celebrity conspiracy. It becomes a reflection of decades of shared history, unspoken emotions, and complex dynamics beneath the surface. Kelly Rowland's closeness with the Knowles family wasn't a surface-level friendship. It was deep-rooted, personal, and built over decades. She wasn't just a bandmate or co-worker, she was family. Living under the same roof as Beyoncé and her parents meant shared meals, family vacations, holidays, birthdays, and countless private moments that formed bonds most people never see. That's why, when Jay-Z came into the picture and his relationship with Beyoncé became serious, Kelly wasn't just another person in his orbit, she was part of the inner circle. From that point on, Jay-Z and Kelly were constantly around each other. They attended events together, celebrated milestones side by side, and shared countless spaces, not as strangers or distant colleagues, but as people tied together by loyalty, history, and family dynamics. And when people spend that much time together, it doesn't take long for speculation to brew. For many fans, the idea of something more than friendship, no matter how unlikely, starts to feel less like a wild theory and more like a possibility worth questioning. One moment that fueled this fire happened at the premiere of The Harder They Fall. Jay-Z arrived with his usual composed energy, moving through the red carpet crowd with a calm, reserved demeanor. But when he suddenly noticed Kelly standing nearby, his entire energy changed in an instant. His face lit up, a huge smile spread across his face, and his body language shifted from cool detachment to full enthusiasm. He opened his arms wide, greeting her with a warmth that immediately caught people's attention. Was it inappropriate? Not necessarily, but it was noticeable, especially for someone like Jay-Z, who typically keeps a polished, understated presence in public. And it wasn't just this one instance. Over the years, fans have clocked similar interactions between the two. A shared laugh that lingers a bit longer than expected, an embrace that seems unusually affectionate, or eye contact that carries a certain familiarity. None of these moments prove anything, of course, but they've built a subtle narrative that's hard to ignore. There's an undeniable warmth, an ease, and a comfort between Jay-Z and Kelly that goes beyond ordinary friendship. And once that idea plants itself in people's minds, every public interaction becomes a clue. Every shared smile a piece of evidence, fueling a theory that refuses to fade from the conversation. It's become increasingly difficult for fans to ignore the details that keep this rumor alive. What started as quiet speculation about Jay-Z and Kelly Rowland's closeness has now evolved into something much louder, a theory that refuses to disappear. It's not based on one random red carpet moment or a single candid photo. Instead, it's a consistent pattern of interactions and resemblances that online investigators have pieced together over time, fueling whispers that have grown into bold claims. At the heart of this theory is the question many people are now daring to ask. Could Kelly's son Titan possibly share more than just a familial bond with Jay-Z? It sounds outrageous, yet the more fans examine the situation, the more they're convinced there's something deeper beneath the surface. Titan is undeniably adorable. He's got Kelly's glow, that infectious smile, and an unmistakable charm. But it's those very features that keep fueling the conversation. Social media users have spent hours creating side-by-side comparisons of Titan and Jay-Z, analyzing details like the shape of his nose, the curve of his lips, and that signature grin. Some even argue Titan resembles Jay-Z more than Jay-Z's own children, a claim that has only added more fuel to the already blazing speculation.
We talked about Destiny's Child 3 decades. I can't believe we're aging ourselves.
I can't believe it. You think you...
I know. Well, I grew up with it. So you're doing everything. You have every title. Michelle's doing everything.
Yes.
And now I hear you're going to see Beyonce on her tour.
I will be out there.
How was it seeing? Did you check out Blue Ivy when she was at
did.
to see like...
The theory gained further traction because of Kelly's husband, Tim Weatherspoon. Unlike most celebrity partners, Tim stays far away from the spotlight. He's rarely interviewed, seldom seen in public, and photographs of him with Titan are few and far between. That absence has created a void that many fans eagerly fill with speculation, insisting they can't see a clear resemblance between father and son. And when people can't make obvious visual connections, they often start inventing their own narratives, especially in the court of public opinion. Then there's Jay-Z's consistent presence during some of the most emotional chapters of Kelly's life. When she faced the heartbreaking loss of her mother, he was there. When she finally reunited with her estranged father after years of distance, Jay-Z offered quiet, unwavering support. There were no grand gestures or public declarations, just a steady, comforting presence behind the scenes. For many observers, that level of closeness feels deeply significant and has become yet another piece of the puzzle that fans use to connect the dots. Maybe it's coincidence, maybe it's just friendship. But as long as these subtle moments, striking resemblances, and consistent patterns continue to surface, the theory that Jay-Z could be more than just a family friend isn't going anywhere. And with every new photo, interview, or public appearance, the debate only intensifies, leaving the public to question whether there's more to this story than anyone is willing to admit. But let's pause for a reality check here. Children sometimes resemble people they have no biological connection to. It's just how genetics work. A shared feature or two doesn't automatically prove a scandalous affair or hidden truth. In many cases, those coincidences mean nothing more than nature playing its unpredictable game. Still, even with that perspective in mind, this theory about Kelly's son hasn't just materialized out of thin air. It exists within a larger pattern, because Jay-Z has faced paternity accusations before, and they've followed him for decades. One of the most persistent claims comes from Ramir Satterthwaite, a man from New Jersey who has spent over 10 years publicly asserting that Jay-Z is his biological father. Unlike many who might chase attention or tabloid fame, Ramir's story appears to stem from a genuine desire for answers and justice. He has been trying relentlessly to secure a DNA test that could definitively prove or disprove his claim. But instead of cooperating to resolve the situation quickly and transparently, Jay-Z's legal team has gone to great lengths to stop that from happening. And that's where the situation becomes far more complicated. Over the years, Jay-Z's lawyers have used nearly every legal maneuver available to block the case from moving forward. They've challenged jurisdiction, questioned procedural technicalities, and even argued that a New Jersey court had no authority to compel him to take a paternity test. These moves effectively stalled the case again and again, creating a legal stalemate that has lasted more than a decade. For those watching from the outside, this repeated resistance raised more questions than answers. Why not simply comply with a DNA test and put the rumors to rest once and for all? While the legal battles dragged on, Ramir refused to back down. With the support of his godmother, Dr. Lily Coley, he continued to push for the truth. They filed additional lawsuits and even alleged that the judicial system itself was biased, that judges had shown favoritism toward Jay-Z's legal team, and that procedural barriers were being deliberately used to shield the rapper from scrutiny. This long, drawn-out saga has added another layer to the ongoing speculation surrounding Jay-Z. It's no longer just about one rumor or a passing resemblance. Instead, it has become part of a larger pattern, one in which questions about paternity never seem to receive straightforward answers. And with that unresolved history lingering in the background, it's no wonder that conspiracy theories about Kelly's son continue to find traction online. Whether fair or not, the perception that Jay-Z avoids these tests only keeps fueling the belief that there might be something he doesn't want the world to know. Sure, Kelly doesn't owe the public an explanation. She has every right to draw a line around her personal life and protect her family from speculation. But in the world of celebrity, when a rumor gets this loud and the person at the center of it stays completely silent, that silence starts to speak louder than words. People begin to wonder if she's protecting those closest to her, or if she's trying to keep a much bigger situation from spiraling out of control. And once those questions start swirling, they rarely ever stop. Her praise for Tim could absolutely be real, and it likely is. But when the topic of Jay-Z and the rumor surrounding Titan never gets directly addressed, that avoidance doesn't go unnoticed. Especially in today's era, where one carefully worded post could shut the whole theory down in seconds. Kelly has always been known for keeping her image clean and her private life private, so it's not shocking that she wouldn't engage with speculation this messy. Still, every time she chooses not to address it, it leaves just enough space for theories to breathe and grow. And that's where we are now. Is this all just a case of fans taking a few coincidences and spinning them into a full-blown conspiracy? Maybe Kelly is simply a loyal friend who's remained close to the Knowles family for decades. Maybe people are just overanalyzing Titan's features or misinterpreting a single red carpet interaction. But then again, maybe there's more beneath the surface, something deeper that will never be publicly confirmed. The truth may never come out. It might stay locked away behind private doors and carefully chosen silence. But that won't stop the internet from connecting dots, revisiting old photos, and fueling this mystery every single time Kelly and Jay-Z appear in the same room. So, what do you think? Is this nothing more than the internet doing what it does best, overanalyzing and exaggerating? Or could there really be a secret the public will never know? Drop your thoughts down below, hit that like button, share this with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Because in the world of music, fame, and family, the stories that stay unanswered are often the ones that never truly end.